Have you ever heard a story that sends a chill down your spine, one whispered on moonlit nights in remote mountain villages? Today, I want to share a tale from the Hmong people, a story of love, tragedy, and a lesson learned far too late. Long, long ago, nestled high in the mountains, lived a young couple named Pao and Lucy. They were newly married with a beautiful 5-month-old baby, the light of their lives. One day, they decided to make the long journey to visit Pao's grandparents. It was an arduous trip, taking a full day and a full night to reach their village. When they finally arrived, Pao's grandparents were ecstatic. They welcomed the young family with open arms, preparing a grand feast. A pig was slaughtered, and the rice wine, a symbol of celebration, flowed freely. They ate, they drank, they shared stories, and the day was filled with joy. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, Pao was completely drunk. Despite the late hour and his unsteady state, he insisted they had to go home, right then. Lucy pleaded with him, her voice gentle but firm. "It's already dark, my love. Let's stay the night. We can return safely in the morning when the daylight can guide our path." But Pao, his judgment clouded by the wine, refused to listen. He stumbled out of the house and began his determined, swaying walk into the night. With a heavy heart and no other choice, Lucy followed. She carefully bundled their precious baby onto her back and trailed behind her husband. Their journey home was a struggle through deep, dark forests and over shadowy fields, the world around them a canvas of black and gray. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they stumbled upon an old, abandoned field hut standing silently by the roadside. Pao, utterly exhausted and unable to take another step, collapsed inside. Lucy followed him in, her own body aching with fatigue. She gently placed their sleeping baby near the doorway, where the warm, flickering light of their small fire could keep the child comfortable. The night grew colder, and a bright, haunting moon cast long shadows across the land. Suddenly, a chilling sound echoed from the far distance, a sound that pierced the quiet of the night. "Oeu!" It was the cry of a tiger. Lucy's blood ran cold. She froze, listening intently as the terrifying sound grew closer and closer. Pao was fast asleep, lost in his drunken slumber, completely oblivious to the approaching danger. Soon her eyes, wide with fear, caught a dark shape moving at the edge of the field, slinking deliberately toward their small, fragile shelter. It was the tiger. Paralyzed by terror, she clutched her baby tight. Her mind raced, her heart hammered against her ribs. What could she do? Trembling, she made a decision born of sheer panic. She laid the child back down by the door. Moments later, the creature reached the hut. It was a spirit tiger, its eyes glowing in the moonlight. With a sudden, terrifying leap, it snatched the baby and vanished back into the darkness of the forest. The baby cried out just once, and then there was only silence. The world fell still, blanketed by a profound and awful quiet. When the first light of dawn broke through the trees, Pao finally awoke. He stretched, his head pounding, and looked around. "Where is our baby?" he asked, his voice thick with sleep. Lucy, her face pale and her body still trembling from the night's horror, looked at him with hollow eyes. "You wouldn't listen," she whispered, her voice cracking. "I begged you to stay with the grandparents. Last night the tiger came, and it took our child away." A wave of cold sobriety washed over Pao. He scrambled out of the hut and ran frantically into the forest. There in the soft earth, he saw them, the huge paw prints of the tiger, and next to them, the tiny, heartbreaking footprints of their baby, both sets of tracks dragged deep into the woods. He followed the trail until he found traces of blood and scraps of tiger fur clinging to the undergrowth. He fell to his knees and wept, a silent, broken man whose tears would not come. From that day forward, Pao and Lucy never returned to visit the grandparents. The weight of their loss was too great to bear, and although the spirit tiger was never seen again in that valley, the villagers say that on nights when the moon is bright and cold, if you listen very, very closely, you can still hear the faint, lonely cry of a baby echoing through the forest. Thank you for listening to this powerful story. It serves as a somber reminder of the consequences of our choices. If you found this tale as moving as I did, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories from around the world. Until next time, stay safe and listen to those you love.